Bentrovati qui, mi viene da dire Muschio Selvaggio, scusatemi, che io ho un podcast e solitamente inizio così. Io mi chiamo Luis Sal, per chi non mi conoscesse faccio video, ringrazio a If Festival per avermi invitato e per avermi dato questa opportunità, perché effettivamente proverò a non essere emozionato, ma lo sono, quindi proverò a essere il più professionale possibile. Ad ogni modo, sono uno YouTuber, faccio video su YouTube da 3 anni, da poco, e una delle mie più grandi ispirazioni è qui con noi, lo vedo, lo sto vedendo, voi non lo vedete, o forse sì, non lo so, però già vedere che mi vede mi sta... Oh, è lì, eccolo. Introduco uno dei miei modelli, che è Casey Neistat. Ciao Casey. Hi Casey.
Good to see you.
What's up? So, I'm speechless, actually. I don't even... I'll try not to be a fanboy, but I am. So I'll just be myself. And are you in your home in California?
I am, yes. The pandemic here is awful right now, so almost no one's leaving their house, including me.
Yeah. And I actually, I don't want to thank the pandemic for this, but we would have not had the occasion. I would have not had the occasion to meet you if it wasn't for this amazing technology called video conferences and stuff.
And here we are.
Yeah. So
I'm a fan of your videos as well.
What?
I learned about you because of this, and my Italian is not very good, but I love your style and your cinematography. It's really raw, and I appreciate that.
You watch my videos? You watched?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I have to put the subtitles on because my Italian.
No, that's fine. That's enough. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very glad. So let's say we have some things in common. I see you wear a black shirt, first of all, which is the first thing we have in common.
I'm glad you're wearing black.
Yeah. And you love videos. You actually didn't study in a video academy. I guess you're self-taught, right? Mm-hmm. And you love fitness. These 3 main things are the things we have in common. And actually, I've watched your videos since 2014, before the vlog pandemic, let's say, because you were the biggest one. You still are the trendsetter for vlogs, right?
Well, I appreciate that, and I don't know. I think my favorite part of what YouTube is that if there's ever trendsetters on the platform, you only get to be the trendsetter for a small amount of time, and then somebody new comes in and reinvents the whole genre. And I think that that's the most exciting aspect of the work that's made on YouTube, and to get to be a part of that cycle is very exciting and very satisfying.
And you pretty much showed everybody that it's. I mean, it looked like you were ready before even the platform was ready. Of course, I mean you were a filmmaker, like the classic filmmaker type of approach. You had it, and then I heard recently on Impulsive on the podcast that you were saying that actually those awards don't matter to you, because you actually you think that the freedom that a platform like YouTube gives you, it's something that you cannot find anywhere else, right?
Yeah, I think I was really lucky to like grow up at a time, like even when I was your age, Louis, that was before YouTube was invented, but certainly was what it is now.
Yeah.
So when I had aspirations to tell stories and to share ideas the way that you do now, the only outlet for that was a more traditional like film environment. And that's where I got the start to my career. And I was very fortunate and had a lot of luck and a lot of success in that space. And while I appreciate all of that, look, I still have my awards behind me here.
Oh my gosh.
It was not as meaningful to me to be handed an award as it was to upload on YouTube and have have followers and viewers and get to meet people like yourself. Like, there's something about the YouTube ecosystem that's unlike any other form of like video distribution out there. There's such a you get to have such a relationship with your audience, and the power and the impact of that is really meaningful to a creator like me.
Yeah. How is it perceived in the US actually? Because in Italy, a YouTuber is just a kid making videos, but in the US,
yeah. So up until I think very recently, if you were a YouTuber, you were just a kid making videos. I think up until very recently, like a YouTuber meant someone who sits on the end of their bed in their parents' house and talks to a camera. But that's been slowly changing over the years. And I think sort of definitely with the pandemic and lockdowns and things like that, it's just accelerated what would have happened anyways, which is elevating YouTubers to a very mainstream level. And if you look at sort of the new guard, like the young new YouTubers, like Addison and Charlie D'Amelio and her sister Dixie, like they came out of nowhere. They blew up on a different platform, and then they're like, let's try out YouTube. And they come on YouTube and they're just dominant, and they're doing collaborations with mainstream movie stars and television stars. And I think that just demonstrates just how mainstream YouTube has become. If you want eyeballs to see what you're doing, see what you're creating, you have to be on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's forced people here in the States to stop thinking of it as a kid sitting on the end of his bed and realize that it is the foremost relevant platform when it comes to viewing content of any kind.
Yeah, we think the same way. But actually, these questions that we talked about are the same question that probably everyone asks you. I mean, YouTube, creativity, the freedom that it gives you. But what I like the most right now to talk to you, since we have the occasion, hopefully we're going to become best friends or something else.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah. And since I'm approaching the world of working with brands, trying to make videos not just for the public, but for the public, but to promote stuff and doing something that I believe in. I can show something, even not paid, but to use the power of the communication through the web to spread some message, like you did in many occasions. And actually, you made it cool to make branded content. And I want to show my favorite, your branded content. I don't know if that was grammatically correct.
Close enough.
But the video, I guess you know this video, which is Make It Count, that you made for Nike, right?
Yeah.
Can the regia please show me the video?
Definitely make this flight, but we're cutting it close. So far the trip is off to a fairly irresponsible start. And so it begins.
I'm trying to learn to keep my mind in check.
We got to Paris, 17 degrees outside. The airport.
Yeah, welcome to Cairo.
As far as I go, as far as I know, I always got a place called home.
All in all, very successful. We visited Tahrir Square. We rode horses. Max almost fell off of his.
Now commenced our descent.
We're in Johannesburg, South Africa right now. Just got to Zambia.
Bangkok and Nairobi. We're at the Vatican right now. We're leaving Rome, renting a car.
The trouble is all of the street signs are written in squiggly lines. Back in Doha.
Our flight board's 2 minutes ago. We're in Bangkok. We have a terrible taxi driver.
It's drinking. Hey, Swanee.
What's up? We forgot to eat today and I've got the shakes real bad. This is the gnarliest airplane food I've ever seen. Look at this wiener.
Want me to take your picture?
I like this.
As far as I go, as far as I know, I always got a place called home. I cross all the seas, it's fine by me, 'cause I'll never be far from home. As far as I go, as far as I know, I always got a place called home. I cross all the
I watched it many times. Probably you did too, and they made it watch it many times to you, I guess. But I still love it. Every time it's beautiful, and I love how they give you the freedom to make that thing. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, can I?
There we go. How about now?
Oh, there you have.
We're back?
Yeah, there you have it.
You know what I had forgotten is how much of that video we had shot in Italy.
Oh yeah, with the Costa Concordia ship and
And we were in Rome.
oh yeah, that was yeah, that made me proud a little bit.
But you were asking about how Nike gave us so much flexibility.
Yeah.
You know, that was interesting because that was like 2013 was when we made that video. So that was really before like branded content or influencer marketing. That was before that was like a normal thing. That was before that kind of marketing had been normalized. And I had a great relationship with Nike because we had done other smaller projects together. And when they came out with that product, the Fuel Band, they wanted to do something different. So we made 3 videos together, and the first 2 were pretty traditional. And then for that one, I just told them I wanted to do something completely different. And they were like, okay, just make sure it's good. And they kind of let me do whatever I wanted to do. And the budget for that, even though we made it all the way around the world, like the budget for that compared to what other marketing that a company like Nike was doing at the time, the budget was very small. So it wasn't a lot of risk for them. And then they didn't really, pay to distribute it because I just put it on my YouTube channel. So it was low risk for Nike, but the impact of that video was really big. Like that video was seen by so many people. And I know for me personally, after that video, it was much easier to work with companies, clients, brands, because when they'd say like, what are you going to do? What do you want from us? Why do you need so much creative freedom? I would point to that video as an example of like, with total creative freedom, I know how to speak to an audience that I'm used to speaking to in a way that's true to me. and is also positive for the brand. And that video became a bit of like a
Case study.
tent post. Yeah, exactly. A case
Casey
study and
study.
what it could be like. A Casey study. Thanks, Louis.
Yeah, but and I'm very, I don't love to ask you questions that I know. I don't know the answers because you know the answers you're gonna give. But I've watched so many of your interviews and videos that I feel like I know you. So I wanna stay on this topic, which I don't know if it's boring to you, but the marketing, the brands, working with brands, it's something that I'm getting into, and I'm very curious because you're an entrepreneur of creativity and marketing. You're almost a genius.
I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
And recently, I opened my LLC. It's not called LLC, but it's a company, a video company, where I started making videos for brands. And finally, after years of doing what brands wanted me to do, they trusted me. And I would like to show you just these two little clips because they're very short. Per favore, regia, potete mettere.
E ora? Calmo, calmo, calmo. Flowy è qui per te.
Nell'app di Flowy che scaricherai ci sono dei salvadanai virtuali che ti permetteranno di risparmiare tutto quello che vuoi, perché sono dei salvadanai, a questo che servono, a risparmiare quello che vuoi. Carta o contanti?
Ma i contanti sono fatti di carta.
Calmo, calmo, calmo. Flowy è qui per te. Con Flowy la carta è fatta di legno, che è il materiale con cui si fa la carta. Finalmente una carta degna di essere chiamata tale.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. You don't have to pretend you like them, but I'm just happy to have shown you my first actual production video marketing action plan thing.
No, look, I think they're great. I mean that, and I think they really illustrate the opportunities that brands have to connect with the kind of creativity that someone like yourself has, and then also something that's unique, something that ad agencies don't have and have never had, which is the relationship that you've created or creators can make with their audience.
Yeah.
You know what your audience is going to find funny, what they're going to like, what they think is interesting, and all of that consideration goes into what you make. And I think that's a very powerful thing and something that's been really difficult to access before YouTube.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, YouTube is almost like a kickstart for anybody that wants to show what they're capable of. And that was pretty quick because I started making videos when I was a kid. Since YouTube, my video production started booming because people actually know that you make videos before you even, I mean, you can be able to do anything, but if you don't show it, I guess no one's gonna know. YouTube is the right place. And you were a huge inspiration for me.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, it probably is the third time I said this. I'm gonna stop.
Say it all day. I never get sick of hearing it.
And so you are a huge inspiration for yourself too. I mean, tattooing, do more, and actually running every day. I don't know if you still run. Hopefully.
I do. Yeah, I think that the demands of YouTube, the demands that it has on any creator who uploads regularly, it's all encompassing. Like I used to work in restaurants, and when I would finish washing dishes or cooking or whatever I was doing in the restaurants and I would go home, I could turn off work. I wouldn't think about it. But with YouTube, it can really, it can possess you.
Oh, yeah.
You, Louis, me, we write, we edit, we direct, we think of the ideas. It takes over your brain. And for me, especially since I really started to focus on YouTube, like 2014, 2015, fitness, exercise, like just being outside and being alone has been a really important part of me staying sane and staying healthy and staying happy and staying creative. All of my best ideas come from when I run.
Yeah.
You run, or do you just lift weights?
I just lift weights. I have no function. This body is just I'm functional, but I actually work out a lot. And but as you said, I guess that when you work a lot with creativity, which doesn't, you said it doesn't, you don't shut down your mind for you don't work 8 hours. Your mind goes on and on. And something like a sport, which requires discipline and focus, and in a short period of time, I guess it's fondamentale for creators.
I think so. And you find that a lot of big creators are also very physical people. And what's funny is professional gamers. Like if you watch people who sit in front of screens and play video games all day, a lot of them are really physically fit.
Yeah.
I think it's super necessary to activate that part of your body, of your being, of your brain, if so much of your time is spent in a really focused environment. So I love that. And it's funny because the more I delve into the creator community, the more people I meet like yourself who are really passionate about a lot of the same things that I am when we're offline.
Oh yeah. Do you still, I mean, you looked like a workaholic. Are you still, at least? Or do you consider yourself?
I'm trying not to. So in that movie we just watched, Make It Count, and every movie that I've made up until a year ago, they were all made out of New York City. You know, I lived in New York City from when I was a teenager until until a year and a half ago. And New York City is an amazing place to be a workaholic. Everyone there is working all the time. So it's a really infectious, maybe that's a bad choice of words, but it's a really infectious environment to be in. Like if you're like, no, I'm going to stay in and work tonight, and you call 5 friends and they're all working, it really makes it easy to stay focused. But I have 2 babies now. I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. And we moved out of New York City a year ago with the purpose of trying to focus more on things outside of work. So I don't know that I'm still a workaholic, but I do find that I have, like all of this energy and creative ideas that I have to find places to express. And I'm just trying to figure out how to do that without working 15 hours a day, and how to do that while focusing more on my family and my physical health and my marriage and things like that.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful damnation. Do you say damnation? Dannazione? Damnation? No. Damned?
I don't think so.
No. When you it's almost like you can't stop doing it, but you love doing it.
Like a curse. It's
a
like,
curse. A curse. There you go. Yeah, because in Italian,
it's like it's really bad if you're addicted to alcohol, but it's really not so bad if you're addicted to running.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's like work, like anything else, can be an addiction. And I think that YouTube uniquely, in a really positive way, you're able to work, make something, then instantly share it and get feedback. And then that feedback affects how you think about your work, and it makes you want to work more.
Oh yeah.
So that feedback loop that YouTube gives creators and creative people like you and I think that's a really positive environment to like maintain momentum and to work really hard.
Momentum. Yeah, I love that. It's like an addiction, but a good one. That it actually, it can be bad, like everything, but I guess this is a good one. Even to force yourself outside of your possibilities, capabilities. I forced myself making videos so many times. I even tried daily vlogging like yourself, and it's so draining, but beautiful. Because when you stop, you're like, oh, I want to keep doing it. I still want to do it. I want to go back to doing it. And it looks like you fall into it different times. I mean, right now you keep uploading pretty consistently.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been making videos even before you were posting them on YouTube, and you've always made videos about yourself. And I do the same. And when I look back at my videos from years and years ago, I'm so happy that I created them, because they're these little like portraits of what my life was then. And every once in a while, like now, I pick up the camera and do it again. You know, like a month ago or so, I was like, screw it. And I picked up the camera, and for a few weeks, I just started making a video every single day. And that was really satisfying for me. And now I have this portrait of what, you know, August and September of 2020 looked like in my life. And that's a really satisfying thing. And it's almost strange to be doing that, because I'm doing it for selfish reasons. But then on the other side of that, there are so many people watching it. But I think that's kind of the dichotomy of being a YouTube creator.
Yeah.
You're of course creating for yourself, but then you're also sharing what you create for yourself with this gigantic audience.
It's beautiful. It's like a diary. You're cataloging. You have a catalog of your life. Sadly, we run out of time. I never said this. It's ugly to say this. Hopefully, we're gonna meet each other in real life in LA or New York or or in Italy.
Luis,
you're welcome.
Do you know how to surf?
I never surfed in my life.
Is there surfing in Italy?
We don't have the ocean, but we can surf here. Little waves.
Okay, well, when you come to California next, I'll take you surfing.
Thank
Make a
you.
video about it.
I actually I'm gonna DM you about that for sure.
Okay, perfect.
I thank you very much, and I thank YouTube for giving me the opportunity to meet you and know you, and I thank the IFA Festival, and I'm very glad. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Casey.
having me.
See ya.